Thomas knew these northern seas, 40 years behind the wheel. He knew the reefs that head below, the winds no map revealed. When old man Carter laid down his keys and said, "My time is through," the crew all gathered on the dock to choose somebody new. A young man smiled and raised his hand. His coat was sharp and clean. He said, "I've crossed these waters twice. They're kinder than they seem." The crew all laughed, the mugs were raised. His confidence was earned, while old Tom quietly rolled his charts and waited for his turn. We traded charts for fairy tales, calm seas for pretty words. We crowned the man who knew the least, the captain we deserve. Old Thomas spread the charts across the weathered tavern floor. He traced the currents with his hand like he'd done 10,000 times before. He spoke of shoals beneath the tide, of winds that changed by dawn, of careful turns and slower days to bring the whole crew home. The young man grinned, "Look out the door, the harbor's still as glass. You're chasing ghosts, and yesterday those storms have surely passed." The room grew warm with easy laughs, the vote was swift and sure. Old Thomas folded up his charts, the captain was confirmed. We traded charts for fairy tales, calm seas for pretty words. We crowned the man who knew the least, the captain we deserve. 3 days out, the western wind began to slowly turn. Old Thomas watched the gulls fly east, his stomach slowly burned. "We still have time to change our course," he said without alarm. The captain only smiled and said, "Don't fear what hasn't come." By sunset all the waves stood tall, the rigging screamed above. The sea became what seas become when hope is not enough. The captain blamed the broken mast, the compass and the rain, but every sailor knew by then the sea was not to blame. We traded charts for fairy tales, calm seas for pretty words. We crowned the man who knew the least, the captain we deserve. The ocean keeps no favorites, the tide forgives no pride. The stars still point the truest course for anyone who'll guide. The sea won't bend for confidence or speeches brave and loud. It only asks one simple thing: do you know these waters now? Years have passed since Carter's ship was claimed beyond the bay. The harbor still remembers those who never found their way. Sometimes when the fog rolls in, the old folks lift a glass, and someone quietly tells the tale to children as they pass. Not every wreck is born from storms or rocks beneath the swell. Sometimes the deepest waters hide inside the tales we tell. We traded charts for fairy tales, calm seas for pretty words. We crowned the man who knew the least, the captain we deserve. The sea was never cruel, it simply never cared. It was we who chose the captain we deserve.